What's up guys, this is Dark Magician here and welcome to another KOF video. Okay, so yesterday in Global, Melee was patched, okay, and it was a big surprise to all of us because basically we were expecting Ash or the Karate Bros to be released next. But apparently they decided to release Melee first, and maybe they are preparing something for Christmas or New Year's Eve. Okay, so today's video will be a character introduction for Melee. Okay, so Melee is a very special fighter. She's a gang, an API 14 gang. Okay, her details, nothing much to say, pretty normal stats, okay? Now, her feature is Justice Punch and Killer Mark. Why, basically? Because she's a one-shot killer, okay? Justice Punch because she deals a lot of damage to single target, and Killer Mark because basically she puts flags on the targets, okay? We're gonna talk about her skills next. Okay, now her fates. Koreans, we have Melee, Kim, Chang, and Choi, increase attack by 25%. New woman fighter, Melee, Zhangfei Li, and Hinako Shiju, increase by 25%. And battle limit, we need Melee, Robert 2002, and new Mr. Karate, increases HP by 25%. So basically the fates can take a while to be unlocked, basically because Hinako will take a lot of time to be released, and of course Robert and new Mr. Karate, it might be a trouble to get them in case you are not training them. Okay, now her weapon, Hero's Belt, and she uses Gale Badge and Kickboxing Tome. Okay, now moving to her skills. Now her minor skill, Triple Kick and Flash Thunder Punch. Okay, so she attacks a column, decrease target 10% resistance for 2 rounds, and adds a flag to both targets. Each flag will help Melee recover 10% HP with a maximum of 60%. Okay, of course, because each target can hold up to 3 flags at a time. Okay, so in case 2 targets had 3 flags each, it will be 6 flags for both of them, so maximum is 60%. If the target flag is already maxed, okay, 3 flags at most, will decrease the target 200 rage. So if the target is holding 3 flags, okay, and Melee made the skill on him, he will lose 200 rage. Okay, now in heroic mode, there's also an additional 25% chance to stun the target. Okay, for those who don't know Melee, she can transform to hero mode. Okay, we're gonna talk about it later. Okay, now her ultimate, Animal Kick and Melee Bomb. Okay, so normal mode attacks a single target, dealing 40% splash damage, 25% chance to stun the target. Okay, also she adds the immutability effect to herself at the same time. Okay, what is the immutability effect? She increases her own resistance rate by 20%. Okay, and when her HP is below 40%, she will instantly recover 50% HP and will turn to heroic mode in the next round. Okay, of course the immutability effects last for 2 rounds. Okay, now Max Melee Bomb, or when after she turns to heroic mode, her ultimate will change. So what does it say? Attacks single flagged enemies. So basically she'll be targeting the enemy with the highest number of flags. Okay, of course absorbing the flag, and for every flag on the target she will increase damage by 20% and 5% crit. Okay, so if the target is holding 3 flags, we said at most the target can hold 3 flags, she will increase damage by 60% and 15% crit rate. So this is like the maximum buffs she can get, of course without the weapon, without the gates. Okay, now if the target is not killed, she will also increase her attack by 15%, okay, for 2 rounds basically. So you can see she does a lot of attack buffs to herself after her ultimate. Okay, now her other passive, the Justice Attack Enhancement, basically increase own damage, and her passive, the heroic mode. Okay, now when 2 or more allies die, Melee will turn into heroic mode next round. Okay, dispelling own debuff, maxed rage, so she will have maximum rage, and recover HP to self, so you will also recover HP. Okay, of course the skill is guaranteed at the first round after entering heroic mode. So what she'll do, she will gain maximum rage, she will debuff herself, and she will regain some HP, and also she will deal a skill for sure on the first round. Okay, now melee will flag the highest HP opponent and highest attack enemy each round. So what she'll do is that she will give 2 flags each round. One flag for the opponent with highest HP and another flag for the opponent with the highest attack. So this way she can increase the flags given to the opponents, and she will benefit from their effects later when she does her ultimate or her skill. Okay, now when melee uses any skill, will add flag to the target. So if she uses her ultimate or her minor skill, she will also add the flags, as we already said before. Okay, at the beginning of every round, increase front row ally with lowest proportion HP with 10% block, and against flagged enemies increase 5%. Okay, so every round the ally with the lowest HP will get additional 10% block, and against flagged enemies increase 5%. So depending on the opponent, how many flags do they have, this will also increase 5% for each flag. Okay, maximum it can reach 40%. Okay, and if melee is in heroic mode, will increase 10% HP drain and additional 2% for flagged enemies. So this was the thing in normal mode, but if melee was in heroic mode, she will give additional HP drain for the ally, not only the 10% block but also 10% HP drain and additional 2% for the flagged enemies. Okay, it can reach a maximum of 20%. Okay, and basically she increases her own crit resistance. At level 1 it's only 20%, but it increases a lot as you level her up. So these were basically her skills, and her fight soul now, Rock Tiger Soul. Of course, recover 55 rage when ally or enemy dies, and initial rage is increased. So basically she is a Tiger Soul and a Wild Bear Soul at the same time. Sorry. Okay, now those were her skills. Now we're gonna go to the C account to check her weapon, her gates, and give some advices to Roots. Okay guys, so let's continue with the more advanced stuff from my C account. Okay, now we're gonna see what does her weapon add to her. First, let me just turn off the 8 elements, her smacks. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, so her ultimate, basically with her weapon, she will deal 40% splash damage, 30% chance to stun. Immutability is still the same. Increase resistance by 30% instead of 20%. She will still recover HP. Nothing much here. Okay, will increase damage by 25% and 10% crit after entering heroic mode. And if the target is not killed, she will increase attack by 20% for 2 rounds. So basically it just makes a small improvement for everything. Okay, the weapon. Now let's go to her gate now. Okay, let me turn on her smacks. I wanna smacks, bro. Inside joke. Hello to all my club mates and heroes. Okay, so smacks is back. Now let's go to her gates. Okay, so basically her second gate, the lake element. Increase on control resistance if 2 or more allies die. Melee enters your... Okay, let me just check which part changes. Okay, this one. Now, if John Hoon is present when debuting, John Hoon will get all the control resistance attributes of melee under heroic mode. So basically it's just a form of synergy between melee and John. Okay, until John is here, you know, he's not even released in C yet, so I don't know what's taking so long. But anyway, okay, so he gains the control resistance that melee has. Okay. Okay, so now at the start of every round, increase the front ally with lowest remaining HP with 15% block. Okay, it was 10% before, and enemy flag 5%, max 50%. It was maximum of 40%. Okay, if melee is in heroic mode, she will increase 15% HP drain instead of 10%, and each flag increase 2%, maximum 25%. I think it was 20%. Before the gate. Increase ally with highest attack 10% crit rate and enemy flag level by 2%. Okay, so this she will also increase the crit rate of the ally with the highest attack. She will increase crit rate Okay, and of course for every flag it can reach up to 20%. So not only she can just increase the block and HP drain for the front row fighter with the lowest HP, she will also give some buffs for the ally with the highest attack, which are the 10% crit and additional maximum 20% crit for this ally. Okay, also if melee is in heroic mode, she will increase 5% crit power and each flag level increase 2% maximum maximum 15%. So basically she will also increase her crit. Okay, sorry, the skills are really long. Okay, so let's go to her fourth element. Attacks a column, decrease target 15% resistance and block rate for 2 rounds. So basically it was only resistance if I'm not wrong. Now she will decrease also the block rate. Melee will recover 15% HP for each flag level, maximum 70%, so that's an additional buff. If the target flag is full, she will absorb 200 rage. This is still the same. In heroic mode, 35% chance to paralyze the target. This value, I think it increased a little bit. Okay, so basically also her fourth gate improves the skill. Okay, now after all the smacks, attack single target with 50% splash damage. I think it was 40%, 30% chance to stun the target and decrease 15% resistance rate. Adds justice effect to self. Okay, 35% resistance rate and block. I think the block wasn't there, it was only resistance. If melee HP is lower than 40%, she will recover 50% HP, okay, still the same thing, and enters the heroic mode in the next round. Of course, heroic mode lasts for 2 rounds. I don't know, this is weird, because once she enters heroic mode, she should stay all the way through the battle. Anyway, now, normal mode, attack target with most flag. Okay, so as we said, she targets the opponent that has the highest amount of flags. She absorbs the target flag, and for every flag she will increase 30% damage and 15% crit rate. Okay, the values increased a lot. Now, so that if the target had 3 flags, she will increase 90% damage and 45% crit rate for this attack. Okay, for every flag level will deal 2% max damage. Okay, this is, I think, an additional damage. If the target is killed, melee will recover 500 rage. Now, this is the key point for her smacks. Basically, if she killed the opponent, she will gain a lot of rage, 500 rage. Okay, so the key to use melee after her smacks is that you need her to kill the opponent, and somebody else should do an ultimate and kill another opponent, and if this happens, she will make another ultimate at the same round. Okay, if you go back to my old videos, I posted some arena battles with melee. This has happened a lot, okay, where she kills somebody and then another ally kills another opponent, and then melee can do another ultimate again. Okay, now if the target is not killed, melee's 10% of damage this round is converted to HP and increased 25%. So I think it's also an improvement in the buffs made. Okay, so her gates are really important for her, especially her smacks. It's really good. This 500 rage part is very important. Okay, so finally let's go to her runes. Now basically for runes it's very straightforward. Okay, let's see. I've given her Wolf's Anger simply because she's considered as a wild bear. Okay, she can make an ultimate on round 1. So at round 1, basically all opponents have more than 65% HP, so she will deal more damage for sure. So that's why Wolf's Anger is very appropriate for her. As you can see, for fighters with 65% or more HP, she will deal additional damage, 23% in my case because it's only purple. Okay, another good set for her is, let's see, it's the Killing Soul, I think. Okay, yeah, in odd rounds it's the Killing Soul. Basically this can work as well because the Killing Soul increases the crit and the pierce. Okay, and melee, melee will do a lot of damage if she can crit as well. So basically you can use either a full set of Killing Soul or a full set of Wolf's Anger, but basically I would prefer Wolf's Anger because it's safer. She will deal more damage for sure in every move she makes. Okay, now final question is, where does melee perform best? Now basically I would say she performs good in 3 teams. Okay, ultimately she performs the best in female teams. because she can get all the attack buffs from Athena or Shermie, and the resistance and the debuffing. Okay, basically she performs best in female teams. Also, you can put her in a Tiger Genesis because she's a tiger, she can fulfill the requirement, and in Wildbird Genesis because she can ultimate at round 1, so why not? If you have already 3 Wildbirds, you can just add her to that team. But out of those 3, basically female team fits her the most, okay, because she gets the most attack buffs from there, and you need melee to be your main damage dealer. So in case you were thinking of training melee but not as your main damage dealer, better not do it, because you need to maximize her damage as much as you can. Okay, so okay guys, that's it for melee. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, post it in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.